I think
There's
that
Waylon.
my connection with him was mostly
There he
positive.
is.
Woo!
Hey, yeah.
Thank you for hanging out.
Woo!
I just got a text from Johnny, who's in the bottom of the glasses, saying, did it not go well? Yeah, there was sort of a wrinkle. Hello, all you beautiful faces. Hello, Kelly. Kelly basically made this Zoom call happen. And there's my dear friend, Sean. Hello.
Waylon,
Michael.
I got a cupcake. I'm celebrating you here.
Yeshe, oh my God. And Auntie, oh my God. Lindsay, Isley, Jeremy. So there was a last minute wrinkle, which is that all her boozy friends and her boozy mom were so excited. Noel, hello Noel. We're so excited that they went out for drinks and dinner, and I didn't, because mom lives in Denver, I didn't want to say no, because then she'd just have to leave. So I'm super sweaty. I just biked all the way out to the restaurant just to tell them about, there was one more surprise, and then I biked back. So I apologize.
So when is it going to be?
What's that?
When is it going to be?
When is what going to be? The proposal?
Yeah.
Oh, it happened. She said yes.
Hey!
You
Oh,
probably
yay.
should have led with that.
Yeah.
I honestly thought that was kind of understood.
No, everyone was
Now I
holding
can
with
send her a
bated breath.
note and say congratulations.
Yeah, no, I apologize.
congratulations.
I thought she would actually be on right now because they're all at the restaurant drinking mojitos or whatever. But maybe the Wi-Fi is awful. I'm not sure. But I did want her to be able to hang out with her friends, some of whom she hasn't seen for a long time, and her mama.
Well, tell us how it went, because I saw one picture from Caitlin and it looked beautiful.
Oh, Lindsay, look at your little girl.
Hi, Lindsay.
And mom, did you see Yeshe and her
Yes,
kid?
yes.
And Richard and Mary, I haven't seen
Yes,
you for
yes.
2 hours or 3 hours.
Lindsay.
And Michael was here somewhere. Michael of Shambhala Mountain Center. They've had a pretty uneventful year or two. Yeah, it was
Business
Kelly
as usual.
Kelly kind of tipped me off. Kelly here with the black hair is one of Michelle's best friends, and she said, look, Waylon, you're not a very good liar or trickster. She's totally onto you. So I don't know if anyone read the blog, but I wrote a blog last night saying I would probably propose in like a week or two up in the mountains, and it would be great. And I kind of hoped that she would see it or hear about it. So, just try to confuse her. So somehow she can tell you herself because she's so sweet. She's done a lot of happy tears today, but
Oh, that's wonderful.
You know she's pretty smart, right, Waylon?
she's super smart. Although I have to say so you'll hear it from her. So we had it's our 1 year anniversary of our meeting. Samara, oh my God, I have to like screenshot this or something. So everyone say hi, Isaac. And so we had a picnic on my living room floor because it's snowy out, and with Redford, and we walked up, and then she didn't really want to go for a hike. It's a beautiful sunny day, as all of you who live here know. And so she didn't really want to go out. She was kind of cozy and wanted to maybe have a hot tub or something. And I was like, no, let's go for a walk. It's sunny. I want to get out. I got massages for us this morning, and I haven't moved at all. And I just went to Alfalfa's. I saw Richard and Mary there. They're going out of business, which is really sad. And
Alfalfa's.
Alfalfa's.
Alfalfa?
Yeah, it's our only independent grocery other than farmer's market, I guess. And so anyway, we walked up with me practically tugging her by the glove, because she's like, why are you walking so fast? And normally I'm the slow walker among us because I have these huge boots and I'm tall. Anyway, so we got up there and we were talking about, we're doing these cards like Jigme. Oh my God. Wait, why can't Jigme join? Oh, Jigme, can you put your video on?
Yeah, it's on, or it should be on.
Oh, Jigme. Oh my God. Jigme. Mom, did you see Jigme? I keep seeing a
Yeah.
new square. I'm like blind
Yeah.
to some of these squares.
He was one of the first on.
Oh, Jigme.
I,
Yes,
can you-
know Jigme.
I'm sorry,
Um,
Waylon, can you explain why I can only have 9 squares and I can't see you at all? What's wrong? What am I
swipe.
doing?
I think
Swipe-
you have different
swipe
views.
across. You
have
can use
different-
your mouse and click and
Oh,
drag.
look at all those people. Hi.
Hey,
I'm-
oh my God, it's Maya. Yeshe,
I'm
do you see
old.
Maya?
I'm old.
Maya.
Look at all of you.
And
Hello.
Maya, there's Jigme. Do you remember Jigme? Did you know Jigme at Kermit Schilling? Anyway, Jigme, you have to go. I love you.
Love you too. Congratulations. I'm so glad I got to see you, however briefly.
Yes, thank
Good
you
to
for
see
coming.
you. Jigme.
And Michael, thank you for
Thanks, you
popping
too.
in. I know you had another Zoom and you're in trouble with the missus.
Yep.
Thank you so much for joining.
Gotta bounce. Love you. Bye,
I love you,
everybody.
Michael.
Nice to see you, Maya.
Bye,
It's been
Michael.
20 years.
Markel, oh my God.
Bye, Michael.
Great.
Hello,
Ken.
Markel.
Bye,
Markel,
Linda.
Hi, Waylon.
You see my mom, Markelly?
Yes, I've been looking at her and admiring her.
This is unbelievable. I'm gonna have to screenshot 20 times as people come and go. So I'm pulling her up the mountain to Chautauqua. It's like, why are you going so fast? And we're doing these cards that are about like relationships and commitment and so we're going through one which is about just randomly. It's about like, should you give a gift that's a surprise or one that you talk about ahead of time that the person wants? And it's like kind of fitting for this where she knows it's coming. She's looked at rings with her mom and it's a big life decision. Like my best childhood friend Noel was here and he was like, why are you doing this publicly in front of people? There's Michelle.
Yeah.
And there's Maggie. Oh, they're in the Tesla. I think their friend Danny and Polina have a Tesla, and I think they have Wi-Fi and it's quieter in there, so they jumped in.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
Precisely the. Oh, we'll turn
Good.
the screen.
Was you
Michelle?
your mom?
yeah, there's my mama, Maggie. Maggie, that's
Oh, look at this.
that's Michelle's mom. Poop on your butt. Oh my God, that's a total Markelli expression. And so, Michelle, do you want
We're
to take
saying
over?
news.
Michelle, do you want to take over the story? I was dragging you up the hill and we were reading that card about surprise versus intention. Can you-
Salud.
Stacy, yeah, I didn't bring my
Stacy's there.
drink apparently.
Salud.
Michelle,
Salud.
So
I'm
let-
having a hot party after my toes are not right yet.
Yeah, they were also very cold and ready for tostones at Zeal, so I couldn't get in the way of that. So, Michelle, I explained why we're in two different places, and people like Johnny were wondering if it didn't go too well because I showed up like 5 minutes late because I just biked back so fast.
That's good.
Michelle, can you hear? Do you want to take over the story? I'm dragging you up the hill.
Oh, yeah, sure. And he's dragging me up the hill, but we just ate because I was hungry. Oh my God, I have low power mode. Hold on. This is so improvised. So we're going up the hill and we're answering these questions from a deck of cards that my best friend Kelly had given me at some point in my life that young married couples should ask themselves. And one of the questions was
As well as, I have to interject, as well as middle-aged, and younger couples.
here we go. Okay, there's more light now. Yeah, so anyways, and we're answering, and it was a perfect card that Waylon picked because it spoke about something in regards to, do you like surprises? Do you not? During anniversaries, birthdays, and like what kind of gifts are you expecting and all of this stuff. And it was super funny because I started answering the question and I was like, well, I mean, I do enjoy surprises. I do, yeah, about every gift that we've ever given each other. And it was just super nice. And it was a conversation. And then as we're pulling up towards Chautauqua, he starts going like, well, you know, like this year has been amazing and this has all been great. And I'm so lucky to have you in my life. And I'm like, yes, I agree with you. This has been great.
But-
and we keep
But
on
Michelle,
moving up.
Michelle, real quick. So to be fair, it's our 1-year anniversary today of meeting. So I was just talking about it in the context of having had a year together, and we're walking up into Chautauqua. Go ahead. Michelle. Might have frozen.
And then we start walking in the snow in the park. Am I good?
It's breaking up a little bit.
Can you?
This is the best part because Kelly, I was so proud of
I don't know
you.
what else to do.
Oh, you're back. You just came back. Go for it. So we're walking into the park. Big snowy park,
Yeah.
Chautauqua.
So it's a beautiful place because it's covered with snow and it's so pretty. And we just start walking in the, you know, like we're walking with Red like we always do. We're just walking with Red and talking about life and things that we want to do. And it's just super nice. And then we see this like group of people piled up in one corner of the park. And I start like going like, what's going on? And he's like, I don't know. They might be taking a tour. And
I was like, oh, it's probably just some hike. It was like a pretty huge group and they were not very well hidden if anyone was actually at the event today. No one was
And then-
actually there here, but yeah,
so
go
funny.
ahead.
And then my second thought was like, because I saw them carrying some, you know, like banners or stuff. And I'm just like, is people ready to protest? Like, what are they protesting for? Like, what's going on?
And that was, would you marry me?
And then I go to the rock and yeah, we found a rock. He has me stand on the rock. And then everyone's piling up, lined up. And then they show their things. And I read, will you marry me? And then Waylon is like now down on his knee. And I just,
Well, let's slow up for 1 sec. So first of all, from an outsider's perspective, which was mine because I knew what was going to happen, Michelle's like, what's going on? She didn't recognize anyone for a fairly long time. And at some point they flipped the signs. And even then she's like, what's going on? And I'm like, what does it say? And it says, WILL space, you know, in different groups, will you marry me? ? Dave Rogers, if anyone knows him, was the question mark. And yeah, and I kind of placed her on the rock and she's like, what is happening? You know, sort of like someone arriving at Penn Station.
well, because, and the thing is like, then Ryan pops out of nowhere and then there's this photographer taking pictures. So there's videos and pictures and like, it was so overwhelming. And I just like crawled into a little small ball with Waylon in front of me. And I was just like, what is happening? Like, can you explain what is happening?
Yeah.
And then he yeah, and then I was asking him like, oh my God, were they waiting for us? Because now I feel super bad. Like I didn't know anybody was waiting whenever it is that we went out.
And we were lucky. It's 42 degrees today, which may not sound warm, but it's so warm. We were barely, you know, we wore like a light jacket or coat, and we'll get to it, but we had a huge barrel of hot toddy mix hot toddies from Zeal Restaurant, which is where Michelle is dining with friends right now. So I think it became more clear what was happening at some point when I got on my knee, and at that point, I just wanted to talk to her. My mom will be happy to hear this. I just wanted to talk to her, not make some announcement. And so I just started talking kind of quietly, which I didn't really expect. And she got down, I think, to hear me. So she's kneeling down by me and we're kneeling together. And I, fold my hat around my face so no one can see. And I don't think I said anything very, beautiful, but I basically just summed up my book and offered a hot link so people could buy copies if they were interested, and just talked about like the Buddhist notion of love being including independence and room for change, and everything that Michelle is to me and to herself and to everyone. Jonathan, brother.
Hey, how's it going, brother?
You came just in time for the sweet stuff. And,
I know we don't even know what the result is yet.
It was a maybe. It was a maybe. I think it was like 51% maybe, not 49. But yeah. I'll be like Trump and I'll try to say I won for a month or two. And there's Maggie. There's Michelle's mom again, Maggie.
Aw.
And Jonathan, as you can see, Markel is here, and Maya, and Jeremy, and so many Dharma brats have been here. Yeshe. And yeah, I didn't say anything too much, but I think Michelle was crying at that point, and which doesn't honestly take much with her. And she's very open. I mean, it's obviously a compliment for anyone who comes from our lineage. Markelli, thank you for coming.
Can we see a close-up of the ring?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, let's get to the good stuff.
Anyways, read about how we got to this ring, really, but it's so beautiful. Wait, where am I? Here.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful.
Oh my God, I can't get
Sapphire.
Yeah, I can't really get to point it in the or something. But anyways,
Ooh, it has such a
There's a ring.
splendor of like.
so I said yes. And it's beautiful. It's like everything that we spoke about, and it was just so tender and so loving to actually be able to be close to so many friends and family, and we
And
gave
partially because it's the pandemic, like I haven't met half her friends, so I did a fair amount of work with her brother, helping to reach out to all her friends and of course her family, Maggie and James, and to come. And I knew some of her friends, and then many of my dear friends. Amy Apoliti was there, for those of you who know her, and many of my best friends and Dharma Brat friends and friends from all over, just Elephant and just life, and seeing everyone together in the midst of this very quiet, sort of isolated year was probably 2% of the magic. The rest was the actual event. Thank
It
you,
was
Mary and
so
Richard. Thank you for coming.
Ah,
They blessed my little Yoga in the Rockies Elephant magazine like 18 years ago, and they were very, Noel, you would love them. They're very critical, like cutting through spiritual materialism yoga teachers who are well respected, and they approve highly of Michelle, which will seem redundant for those of you who know Michelle, but for Richard and Mary, like many of you, to love who she is and who we are was a big deal for me. So, Michelle?
Yeah, no, and I mean, that was a big part because I was super excited. And at the same time, I was just speaking about with some friends who live in Denver who hadn't had the opportunity, or like we hadn't been able to meet and have them meet Waylon, and they were just like going like, okay, so it seems like this is getting serious. Like, when are we going to get to meet him? And blah, 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 and they're giving me shit. And then they're there. Excuse my French, but then they're there and I'm just like, are you guys kidding? Like, you are totally into this and you haven't said a word. So but yeah, am at 4% battery. So if at any point I
Can you not plug
leave
in?
this conversation, not on purpose,
You
I
can't
don't
plug in
have it.
to the car. Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Well, maybe you can ask your friends if they have a plug and come back, but go for
I
it
was
while
gonna
you have
Oh, it's-
4%.
I don't.
Yeah,
anyone
she's sitting
wanna-
in a big
But-
battery.
Noel, thank you so much for coming, man.
So happy for you. Love you.
I love you.
I know.
Great to see everybody.
I know.
Michelle, anyone want to say anything with Michelle in case she goes away? Sophia,
Kelly,
I'm so
say hi
happy
to
for
Kelly.
you. I'm so happy for you, Michelle and Waylon.
thank you, Mama.
Okay, that's your mom. I don't see you.
Yeah, Maggie and my mom.
Yes, I
Michelle's
just
mom.
love to meet you in person, and I just enjoy what, I don't know where exactly they're gonna have to be a ceremony of marriage. They have to have a date, and I would like to hopefully celebrate in Ecuador, and please come to my country because it's open. I really like to have you there. Okay,
Right.
so we'll have a big wedding and big celebration in Ecuador.
Wonderful.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. Yes.
We'll probably have to have a wedding in Halifax, a wedding in Ecuador, and a wedding in
And I
Over.
like I
Sounds good to me.
or a
it's
party.
gonna be also in Europe because there is my brother in France that wants to have the cottage in Normandy. So we'll be there soon.
Okay, magnifique. And Maya here is in France.
I remember that.
Oh,
As somebody who had a rather large weddingish thing, they were just do multiple honeymoons ahead of time. So like go to Ecuador, go to Europe, and then have the wedding.
Yeah, this was a fair amount of work, I have to say. So anything that happens with the wedding, I'm super relaxed about. It can happen anywhere at any time. The less I'm involved, I'll show up. I think post-pandemic, all of us are ready for at least 3 or 4 parties around the world. Maya. Jeremy, thank you, man.
Good to see you, man.
I love you.
Congratulations and hello to everybody and much love.
Yeah, thank you, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Maya, are you taking off? Is that au revoir? Oh, you're muted.
Waylon, I would love to say something.
Please, Sean.
Yeah. First of all, Michelle, where are you? There you are. Before you run out of battery, I want to congratulate you from the bottom of my heart for this moment. It's huge. It's a milestone. And thank you for bringing all of us together to let us witness this, especially during the pandemic. These joyful moments are far and few between. And it's really hard just to make meaning of these moments. So to be able to be together like this is very important and very meaningful. So thank you. Thank you for including me and bringing us together. Waylon, I've known you forever, and you are one of the most romantic men waiting for love for so many years, wanting it, craving it, desiring it, but for whatever reason, you wouldn't compromise, you wouldn't settle, and the love that you were waiting for eluded you. And so I remember early on when you wrote me and you were like, I found the love of my life. This was not the words that I expected to come from you. There was always a but, some kind of caveat, like not quite it. You were definite. And so, Michelle, I can't wait to meet you, hug you, and learn what it is about you, your heart, your soul, your brilliance that captured the attention of Waylon to such a degree that we're here in this moment. And he's to bring him literally to his knees to declare his love, not just to you, but in front of all of us, his friends and his family. So you must be extraordinary. And so, Waylon, I'm so happy for you. And I wish you both so much happiness. I hope that your lives together are just filled with continued mystery and joy and ease. Life is really hard at times, as you found out this year. And the fact that you were able to walk through this year together and still want to marry each other says a lot. So mazel tov to the both of you. God bless you. And truly, I look forward to all the ways the mystery of marriage will continue to unfold for you. And Waylon, just as a friend for years, this brings me, as a sister, just brings me so much joy. You can't even imagine. I felt it all day long. It felt personal to me. I was like, I said to Al, I'm like, I wonder if it's happening now. And I wonder if he's nervous. So congratulations and God bless you both.
Thank you so much, Sean. Sean has been, yeah, and Lindsay here as well have been, have seen me through, as Sean alluded to, just not, I love that you said not wanting to settle, because it's not because I had any admirable quality particularly, it was because I knew marriage is tough and I couldn't promise to do something unless I had absolute, I had to grow up, number one, but number two, to just understand their heart and who they were. And, in some ways she is extraordinary, but in a lot of ways, it's like in Buddhism, we say ordinary magic. She's just so present and so tender and so kind and so fun. And, the pandemic in a funny way helped me settle down because, our fifth date, we lived together for 8 days, and when quarantine closed, we were behind the curtain of the quarantine in Boulder, and we just went from maybe this is a date or a thing to living together for 8 days. And that was, that's how I remember it, the first moment being like, wow, this is really easy, as Sean said. And, but not in a shallow way, very just present and good communication and
natural.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you for coming.
I am sad to lose my internet husband, though.
I know. That's Lindsay, or so I think Lindsay discovered here. If you Google Sean Korn husband, for many years at least, I came up. And I think it's beyond ironic and fitting and sort of extraordinarily magical that she has yet to accept, so no pressure, but I have invited Sean to be one of the preceptors, along with Frank Berliner, who's been my lifelong Buddhist mentor. If it works, there's no one I've ever wanted more. And of course, Michelle can invite 2 preceptors as well. We can have 4. So I love you, Sean, and I miss you, and thank you for being here.
I love you too. And it would be my honor to participate in your marriage in whatever capacity you see fit, and however that works within the vision. And if that includes just holding your veil or fluffing your hair, Waylon, then that will be an honor.
Like sprinkling flowers.
Yeah, I can do all of that.
With the little kids. Yeah.
Waylon and Michelle, I just wanted to say hi.
Donnie.
Run, but Michelle, it's really good to see you. I'm glad that we got a couple of chances to hang out before I moved out of Boulder, which is why it's still light here. I'm on the West Coast. But yeah, it was awesome to get to know you, and I'm super happy for you and for Waylon as well, but mostly you. Love you guys, and couldn't be happier for you, and let me know if you need anything, and wish you love and kisses.
So Johnny, I don't know if I was successful, but I tried to introduce you and Jonathan, because Johnny just moved to San Francisco.
Oh, that's you.
Oh yeah, hey, how's it going?
So you're both tall and handsome and charming and totally freakishly strange, and you're my favorite. Some of my favorite tall, handsome gentlemen in the whole world. So I hope you meet up.
We got to get together for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. See everybody.
Thank you, Johnny.
Bye, bye, Michelle.
So my daughter is about to go to bed, but she wanted to say something before she goes. So this is
Hello.
Good night.
Thank you for coming. I love your mother. She's been one of my life's best friends. and I haven't seen her. I'm so bad at being in touch, but I'm getting way better because of this pandemic. So we'll come visit sometime, and you have to come visit.
Congratulations.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Wonderful
you.
to see you, Amita. Sleep well.
Thank you. Thanks for staying up.
Michelle and Wei, I'm gonna pop in here next because I need to scoot, unfortunately.
Sophia.
But I love you both. I'm so happy. I wish
Are
I
you
could
calling
have
from
been
your
in
car?
person today. I
Are
am.
you- Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are amazing. You all are amazing. And there's just so much joy in my heart. I felt it all day too. And yeah, I cannot wait to celebrate more and to watch the continued evolution of your beautiful relationship and everything that is and everything that will be. So love you.
Thanks, sweetie.
And let's all get together soon.
Please. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you. It's an honor to be here. I'm seriously so honored to be included. So
Of course.
yeah. Bye.
How are you feeling, Lindsay? Lindsay has worked with me for 12 years or something.
I'm shocked, and I feel like my baby is just turning in my room right now. Well, I'm like free range baby. It's also probably her bedtime, so I should probably
I
pop
thought
off.
that
But
would be the case.
yeah, I mean, I just want to steal all of Sean's words and plop them in right here because that was the most amazing thing ever. But oh, did we? Oh no, I see Michelle's box moved. Oh, now you're right next to each other. That's so nice, at least for me. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, you two really just like light each other up and like light up each other's world. So thank you for, I don't know, I guess allowing us to share in that sunshine. It's just beautiful.
Wonderful to see you too, Lindsay.
I know. I came here for Linda, honestly.
And to see your little girl.
I know.
she's
Let me
growing
grab
up.
her and she can say bye. Okay, come here.
Anyone else have to go who wants to say something? Like
I was
Mama?
gonna say, are you gonna post some pictures on the somewhere?
I just put, we're going to, sort of media style, like a controlled release only on the blog on Elephant to get traffic to Elephant so we stay in business. But yeah, there will be a video. We have a professional video and photos and
Cool.
very unprofessional photos and videos that will all go up and we'll write something up, both of us, I think. I will. at least.
Can I just really quickly cut in, and Sean, can you please like send in an article, like everything you just said, can you just like put it into text format and send it to me so that we can put that on Elephant, because I was like sobbing like
That's why Sean is invited to be preceptor. She brings it.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
She's not effing around.
No, let's just get that up there right now.
And the cool thing, like most of you, I would say, which is probably why you're here, is Isley. Isley.
Hi.
Isley. Isley.
Hey, say bye-bye.
Everyone wave to Isley.
She really loves remotes.
Hello, sweetheart.
Kiss.
So big. She's getting
How
so
old is
big.
she?
Good job.
Okay.
Bye,
She's
Liz.
like, how
Yeah.
old is she now?
14 months.
Oh, that's exactly my son's age.
Oh, really?
Grab him.
Yeah. It's fun age. Hard to keep up with them. It's good. Anyway, love to you. I'm so happy.
Lindsay, will this video continue if you hang up?
Yeah, I didn't actually start it. I don't know who did, so
Or maybe Kate did, because I was late. I got a text.
No.
I got a text from Donnie saying, "Did it not go well?" Because
Yeah.
we're all
No,
waiting here.
I came like 10 minutes late, so I don't think it was me.
Well, Lindsay, can you just leave your laptop open? Do you mind?
Well, it's on Lindsay, so I wouldn't even have started it because it was from the Walk the Talk Show account.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I could leave and come back as talk show and make sure that, because right now, I mean, I'm just as myself, not the talk show account.
I can always log in as talk show too.
Okay, I just don't want it to hang up on folks. Anyone else have to go? Lindsay, I love you and thank you for coming.
I
Lynn.
love you. Okay, so what do you want? Should I come back as talk show?
I think if you know it won't hang up on it, then we're fine.
I don't think it will. And Samara also, so great to
Samara.
see you. I love you.
Love you, Lance. So good to see you.
Samara is my accountant and so much more for
I know.
Yeah.
We
12
miss
years
you.
or 10 years.
Wonderful to see Tamara as well as Lindsay. It's like a reunion.
I know. I love it.
Yeah, Samara's I would say the main reason, other than myself, that Lindsay, but Samara went back to the very beginning.
Yeah,
It's like
no.
a black and
Credit
white,
Samara.
basically like a zine. And Samara didn't give up and actually knew what she was doing, unlike me, and stuck around for, I don't know, 12 years or something. So it's the reason Elephant's still here. And she's a sweetheart.
Amazing. Well, Michelle, it's so incredible to meet you. And I see why Waylon picked you. Or you picked each other. But really, I kind of echo what Sean said, but I've known Waylon. When did I meet you, Waylon? Like 2000, maybe around there.
2002.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, so 20 some years I've witnessed him really seeking love, but absolutely having an idea of what that meant to him and not wanting to compromise on that. So I wasn't gonna miss this Zoom call at all. I was so excited to meet you, and I'm in California now. I live in California now, but I'll meet you next time I come to Boulder, and Waylon's like a brother to me, so this is a magical moment and just so grateful to be here. And Waylon,
I did it.
Oh, buddy, so happy for you. And I really can't wait to meet you in person, Michelle, but sending my love.
Thank you, Samara.
Again.
I've heard
Really?
things of
Samara, thank you. I love you.
Love
You've
you
been
too,
such a-
hon.
you're such a friend.
Too great to meet all you. Linda, so great to see you.
Likewise. And I
Yeah.
probably should go as well now.
Love you guys lots.
Okay.
But bye-bye.
Mom's turn.
Um,
We're having Megan, thank you for coming, because we're having more people leaving now than coming. So
No worries.
I just
Um,
I just wanted to pop in and say hi, at least.
awesome. We'll stay for 1 sec. My mom has to say bye.
Yeah, I just want to
If you can.
congratulate you, Waylon and Michelle. Welcome to the family, Michelle.
Oh.
And also, it's been wonderful to see all your friends and to imagine the supporting friends that were holding up those cards. Will you marry me? ? And I'm so glad that you said yes. So I really look forward to the time that I get to meet you in person and that you can both visit in Nova Scotia. I really, really look forward to that. And it's been delightful to see everybody. Oh, so sweet.
You can see a little bit there with the mountain,
Yeah.
Mom, and the middle people with it says Mary, if you can see.
Wonderful.
Sorry, I can't hold
Beautiful.
up well.
Beautiful.
But the photos are on that elephant blog, and we'll add the video and photos there.
Okay.
I love you, Mom. Thank you for staying up so late in Halifax.
Good seeing you, Linda.
Approaching. Yeah.
Thank
Good
you,
to
Linda.
see everyone. You
Great to
really
see you,
are
Linda.
so cool.
And Mom, before you run off, Mom, 1 sec. So, Jonathan and Yeshe and Aunt Liz, and
Noel was there for a while.
they know my mom really well, but she's the one who taught me, what to look for in terms of just wholesome, decent, kind, joyful activist, Mom, you gave me my world and shaped it. And my mom has disliked actively or been super bored and uninterested in every girl I've ever dated, except for Michelle, who she immediately took to. And I remember once I had to go, we call her often on Zoom on Sundays, and I had to take Redford out to go to the bathroom, you know, because it's Sunday morning and we have pastries and coffee. We called my mom and I read the New York Times, and Redford had to go and I had to feed him or something. And I had to leave Michelle alone with my mom on Zoom. And I was like, you know, I don't know, like 15 minutes or something. And I came back, you know, I mean, my mom can be tough on my girlfriends. And I came back and they didn't even notice me come back. They're like, you know, I was like, okay, we're good.
Actually, I liked all your girlfriends except for the one before Michelle. And I love Michelle.
Right,
But,
okay.
you know, the truth will out, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's different categories in
My son
Buddhism.
actually has very good taste.
Yes. Well, no, you loved my first love when I was like 16. But you know, there's different categories in Buddhism of how you feel about people, and one of them is indifferent. I think that was like the vast majority of the Venn diagram. And then yeah, there was an intervention. My mom, you've been so supportive in the right way. Take that in the right way. You basically, your discernment helped me understand what I don't think the word is had, but who I was with.
Yeah, well, the main point is who you are with now is wonderful.
Hi, exactly. Well said. Thank you, Mom, for joining.
Yeah, it's been delightful. Delightfully crazy. Bye for now, and I love everybody, you know.
Love you, Linda.
Love you, Linda.
Bye.
Bye, Linda.
Bye.
Hey, Waylon, I'm going to pop off now as well. Waylon, Michelle, I'm going to pop off. Michelle, I'll see you Tuesday morning at 6 o'clock.
I'll be there. I think is that my class? Oh no, I'm Monday. We're all doing yoga with Michelle every week. And I think Kate just joined one.
Yeah, Tuesday morning, 7 o'clock Denver time. Everybody can join in.
Yeah. And it's bilingual yoga. Michelle's from Ecuador, if people don't know that, and she's American as well. And bringing the communities together is fantastic, because often, you know, yoga can be Sean has been an amazing example of bridging communities and making yoga sort of a form of activism and caring instead of kind of privilege and, you know, Lululemon butts. And it's obviously so much more, and Michelle is on that path as well.
Love you guys.
Stacey, thank you, man.
Soon.
Love you, Stacy. Ciao.
Ciao.
Waylon, I'm going to need to go feed Lev, but I just wanted to follow up on something Sean said, and I have to also echo that. You said it so perfectly, Sean. Thank you for putting that out in the air about Waylon being such a romantic. I mean, ever since he was a kid. And if you really ask what kind of romantic we're talking about here, it's not just like candlelit dinners or like that kind of romantic, but it's also that sort of lust for life, willing to take risks, to try new things. And there's this word that comes to my mind when I imagine Waylon as I guess you were probably around 10 years old when I'm sort of imagining this moment, sort of charging around the playground, us together, sort of running up things and proclaiming things and like climbing things we shouldn't be climbing. And I just sort of imagine you as this champion sort of. And I think that, Michelle, I really can't wait to meet you, but I just sort of see you as the kind of romantic person you are, is like a champion of, and I think, and here's the case where you're saying you're like this champion for Michelle. And I just can't wait to see, you know, how you two, you know, sort of live together and exist together. I really, I'm so excited.
Well, come visit, and you can help teach us how to do this crazy stuff and be a parent, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm not sure much. I could just sort of I can just sort of act it out.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't wait to introduce you to my son too. He's pretty neat.
Awesome. Jonathan was my idol when I was a kid. He's kind of reversing the roles with his generous story. He was like 6 feet tall when all of us were still 2 feet tall. And I remember looking up at him and being like, wow, Jonathan. So he's like,
Exactly.
yeah, exactly.
Well,
Jonathan, thank you for coming, man. It means a lot.
love you. And Michelle, I can't wait to meet you.
Thank you, Jonathan. Me too.
All
I would
right,
like-
and there were
I'd like
9.
I'd like to jump on after
Please, Yeshe.
Jonathan there as, you know, being someone from your youth, very young youth, but also in your 20s, we had that wonderful time together in Boston. And that, you know, I think of that often. It's a reference point in my life of the time of being neighbors with Waylon, both at work and at home. Our desks were next to each other at Shambhala Publications, and then our stoops were next to each other in Mission Hill in Boston.
That's right.
And we would stop on the way home. You know, we'd go to work together and leave work together. And we would stop and play pool, and then we'd stop in a cafe and write, and he'd write all, you know, talk about the romantic, like the Jack Kerouac romance. And at that time, he wanted to do something in journalism and in publications, and Shambhala Publications. Actually, he stole my job from me there. I was on my way to getting a different position there, and but Waylon ended up getting it, which was totally fine and appropriate because he had such a passion for it. And I remember Jonathan Green, who hired him as his assistant, said to me, he talked to me about it. He's like, because we had talked about me working for him, and he explained to me, he's like, I'm, you know, sorry, I don't want to let you down, but Waylon has such a passion and hunger and thirst, and I wanted to give him that opportunity.
Wow. I didn't know that. Thank you. Oh, I forgot. I'm so sorry.
No, it's totally fine.
I also, to be clear, I sucked at the job and basically got fired, which helped inspire me to never work for powerful, wonderful old men again and to start my own thing.
Well, that's right. I mean, and that's such a good part of the story is that it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Right. And I think this is so much a testament to how you operate in the world, which is that you aren't afraid to live big. And that, you know, little desk that we shared at Shambhala Publications, that was not a big enough world for you. And as I'm sitting here listening to the people in your life talk about you and who I haven't met, and, you know, I haven't witnessed that whole period of your life where you've built this incredible thing. You know, I have to tell you, I'm a psychotherapist. I don't know, this was like maybe 2 years ago. I was sitting in session with a client, and the client said to me, "Do you know Waylon Lewis?" And I was like, "In fact, I do." And it's amazing to me that he was able to go from this dreamer, you know, like,
One sec, Yeshe. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Kelly, you have to say something. Kelly is like Michelle's bestie, and she's in Thailand and she has to go.
Oh.
Sorry to interrupt.
No.
Just listening to all these stories, obviously I haven't met Waylon in person. And for 1 year, I've heard so many things about you. But hearing it from your close friends, it gives me so much confidence that you for sure are the man that Michelle deserves, and the man that, you know, like, of course I'm protective of her, right? Like, she's my bestie. And every guy she dates, it's almost like I'm your mom, you know, like, oh, this one is like this one so. But with you, I can see that she is becoming who she wants to become. And it's beautiful. Like, you two are, like my husband says, 2 peas in a pod, you know, like you bring the best out of each other. And the ring is perfect. Like, we've seen so many different styles of rings that I'm like, oh my God, please no. But now, like, seeing what she has, it's just perfect, you know, like everything was just perfect. And I thank you for that. I'm so happy that you guys are going to share this beautiful stage. You know, marriage, people say, oh, it's not easy. But it's easy when you're with the right person. It just flows, you know? So congrats on that. And this next step of your lives and the beautiful family that I know you guys want to build and will build. And hopefully we get to see you soon.
Thank you, Kelly.
You're so beautiful. Waylon, can I say, I'm sorry, can I say something?
Let me just reply to Kelly real quick, Auntie.
Of course.
And Michelle, did you want to say anything to Kelly? Before she goes?
He
look at
already
you
knows
crying.
the thing that I tell her.
So Kelly, yeah, I even before I saw a photo of you, or I guess we've been on Zoom once before. There was this protective, elegant, like fierce presence that I loved about you, because it meant that Michelle was someone who had that powerful friend in her life. And everyone I've met, all of her friends make me feel, especially when you're beginning to think about commitment, every one of her friends I've met have given me so much more confidence and context for who she is in her life, only a very little bit of which I've got to be a part of. So Kelly, thank you for being here, and we'll need your wisdom on marriage for many years.
Yes.
Maggie, Kelly, thank you. Yeshe, are you okay to stay on for a sec?
Yeah.
Okay, Auntie, this is my Aunt Liz in the middle here.
my
middle.
If I don't speak soon, I will just blubber and fall apart. So I need to get my words out. I'm already starting to blubber and fall apart. I met Waylon when I was 15 years old, and he was a tiny baby. And oh shit. This day has been happening since he was born. And really, your whole life has converged on this day. And Michelle, congratulations and welcome. And I can't say anymore. I love you.
I love you, Auntie, and I can't wait for Michelle to know you, because you're so, she's Aunt Liz is a art teacher and special needs teacher, and the funniest, most charming, big sweetie. And you've always been there for me, and you've always been a big sweetheart and so fun, and I can't wait to reunite. And I'm not being polite at all, in case that felt polite. Like, I mean all of that. You're such a treasure for us. And Michelle, you're so lucky to have her in your future.
Thank you.
All of you, and beautiful words. Oh my God. I know we've lost people along the way, but we've, and I mean by that, in a Zoom call.
It's been a long Zoom call. Some people have passed
I have to
on.
include my dad in that sense too, but
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that turned my dark humor into not funny at all. Yeah, Michelle's father passed away a few years ago, and is a dear presence in her life and heart and whole life and self. And Maggie, her mom, right next door. Yeshe, where were we?
So, yeah, I was just talking about the experiences of, being at Shambhala Publications and watching what you created. And really it's astonishing to me that all of those dreams that you had as a 20-year-old, essentially, you dreamed big and you lived big, that you made it happen. And I have this sense that it's been an honor to many of you on here tonight. I don't know. And I know that there's this like little glimpse I'm having into this world, into this universe, really, that Waylon has co-created with all of you, and which is what you do, right? And I'm really excited to see what you're going to co-create together, Waylon and Michelle. And I know that it's going to be fearless and big, like everything else that I've seen you do, Waylon.
Yeah, Shay, what a treasure to reconnect with you. It's been way too long, and I'm so glad we're beginning to try to reconnect.
Yeah. Well, I saw you at Carol Crutchlow's funeral,
That's
which
right.
was not too long ago.
No.
I mean, it's probably
But that was our first, and we ran around a little bit, didn't we? We did some stuff.
we had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was you at that time, I could feel it. You were ready for this in your life, and it wasn't there yet. But I'm not surprised it came.
Thank you, Yeshe. I'm a little surprised it came. I think, like a lot of things in life, you start giving up or letting go, and then it's possibly there. But even that part's not a guarantee. It's not a fortune cookie. But yeah, last year, I was 45 last year, and I was like, I don't know. I'm pretty good being on my own, but it's a little sad. And I wanted to have children and a partnership.
I mean, you're great when you're alone.
I love it. But that's got to be part of it, right? So
Exactly. We are our own individuals at the end of the day, which is very nice. And I think that was one of the things that we particularly enjoyed, even though we were quarantining, like we were all the time together, we still find space to be our own selves when we need to. And it's been so powerful.
Irene, am I saying your name right? Hey, and Megan, I know you were only going to cameo. If you want to get out of here, or if
Well,
you
yeah, Megan, do you want to say something? I can stay longer.
Okay, I just have to say, when I hopped on here and I saw Waylon by himself, I was like, oh fuck, did she say no? I got really scared, and I was like, well, that's great. All of the buds are here. We're showing support. Who knows what happened? But Michelle, I'm really glad you're here. It's so good to see you. We've met once briefly, but I can't wait to really get to know you and spend time with you. And I just love Waylon so much. He's been such a dear friend to me, and I'm just so thankful for him and his friendship. So can't wait to really get to know you too.
Likewise, Megan, I love you so much, and you're such an amazing woman and friend, and I'm so glad you came. And yeah, for people who joined late, Michelle's mom had the wonderful and obvious idea, after standing out in the cold and being freezing for hours, to go to a restaurant, get warm and eat food and drink. And so, of course, I wasn't going to stand in the way of that, because Maggie, her mom, and friends were all there, and they don't live here, most of them. So I was like, yeah, go for it. So I biked out and joined them, but then I had to bike back to start the Zoom, and Michelle's in the car making it work. So that's why we're not together right now.
December. They were so sweet. Right now, they just brought me a drink so that I can have a drink while I'm chatting with you guys. So I'm so grateful. Salud!
Well, thank you, Megan. And you have to help me plan the wedding.
Oh my God, I would be honored, and whatever you need.
Megan had one of the most beautiful weddings, and she's vegan and tasteful and fun and silly and all that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, wait, when do I get to see photos and the ring and the
So a video and professional photos will take a couple days, but we're going to put tons of pretty cool photos and little videos on the blog on Elephant, and it's already on there. You can get there via Elephant or my Instagram post. But right now, because I biked out pretty far to join Michelle, and then biked back, super sweaty, and I was 5 minutes late for the Zoom call.
You were 5 minutes late. No.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, this is so typical of me. So I've only added one photo there just to give people an idea, but it's pretty epic. It's, Michelle and me. She's on a little rock. She's very short, but I also wanted her on a kind of not on a pedestal, but on a place of honor. And then all these friends, and they have these signs that say WILLYOUMARRYME ? And then the flat irons, and it's pretty epic. And I think Redford's in there somewhere, my dog.
Oh, that's amazing.
But we'll add photos and video constantly as it comes. And I'm going to write something about the experience. And if Michelle would like to write anything, that'll be there as well, maybe in Spanish.
Michelle, what were you surprised? Did you have any idea? Like, what was your thought? What did you?
No, I was very much surprised. I actually wanted to write an article on Elephant Today, and I was kind of, I run every time in my life. I run to the last minute whenever I'm doing things. And actually Kate was trying to help me out. But then I got caught in going to Chautauqua and in a massage and whatever. Like, my day has been like nonstop, and I was trying to sneak this in somehow, and it didn't work. But
what do you mean, like an article about our 1 year anniversary?
Waylon, she messaged me earlier today while I was working. I was like, yep, sure, I'm gonna be right on that. But I was still trying to actually make it to Chautauqua. So I was like, how am I gonna do this? How is the timing gonna work right now?
I mean, I'm so amazed.
Obviously, it was a surprise for a lot of us. What's happening?
No, there were like 50 people at the proposal at least. And Michelle lives with two of them, her brother and her mom, in Denver a couple of days a week. And then she's here the rest. And no one, accidentally half said something to her.
No, and the funny thing, Irene, who is also on this call, we had a ladies' night on Wednesday night, like virtual ladies' night. So we were talking to each other, and they're laughing. Like, her and my friend Caro are basically saying, like, okay, so this is getting serious. So what's going on? What's going to happen? Blah blah blah. And you can't marry him if he hasn't been approved by us, kind of like jokingly.
All right.
And basically saying, and I was like, yeah, oh my God, yes, you guys need to meet him. Like, oh my God, this COVID thing, is getting in the way of things, but we have to make this happen at some point, blah, 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 blah. And then today they're there. So I'm just looking at them and going like, oh my God, you guys knew all this time. I didn't say anything.
I had to tell my kids because they were so excited when I got the text from James sending me the article, and then putting me up to date that this was happening. I jumped. I was like, Michelle is getting married. So they've been the kids have been super excited. So when we were getting ready for the ladies' night, I was like, you cannot show up in the screen and say anything. Surprise.
Yeah, it would totally be a kid who would be like, la la la. Yeah.
Really, they worked it out.
Well, Irene, am I saying your name correctly, Irene?
Yes, thank you. I'm sorry. I keep introducing myself as Irene, which is terrible. I've given up, and I should not give up on my name.
Irene. So we're only engaged. So you still have however long for all your girlfriends circle to approve or disapprove of me. You still have time. You can break it up.
I have a funny story. Well, with Miche, I really, she's my little sister, She's like,
Miche, I like that.
That's I see her as that, and we've seen some guys pass by. It's been like, oh gosh, no.
Oh, I've heard hundreds of guys.
Not hundreds, but sometimes as a good friend, you understand that it's their own journey, but sometimes you're like, no, please, and with this has been super interesting because we didn't get to meet you, we didn't get to see you, we didn't get a feel, even though it's her choice, you always you did this whole protectiveness of a friend, so through your Facebook thing, connecting us through Facebook, I saw that we had a friend in common, and he's a client of mine.
Oh.
So, and this is a funny story. When Michelle and we moved to Colorado almost at the same time, we went to have a beer at a bar with some friends, and there was a band playing.
Hi, Megan.
And the band was really good. I was in a really shy mode, and she was like, "You need to meet them. You need to meet these musicians." And I'm a singer too. And so she literally dragged me to the band, and she was like, "Hello, guys, and this is my friend Irene, and she's a singer, she's a vocal coach." So we meet this guy. We exchange phone numbers for work, and 4 years later, we start working together. And turns out that he's your friend, Waylon.
Who is it?
Clay Rose.
Wow, yeah.
From Gasoline.
Yeah, Shay, you know Clay, don't you? He dated Maya, who was on the call earlier.
Oh,
That's not bad. That's
I might have met him. I
Really
met
tall,
Orange
really
Velvet.
thin, right? Super tall and thin, kind of reddish hair, Irene?
Yeah, well, blondish, reddish, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So anyway,
he's a cool cat. His
he's a cool cat. He's a really cool cat.
stepmom, Michelle. His stepmom is Maruta, and we looked at rings at her Gypsy Jewel Indian place.
No.
Not stepmom, mother-in-law.
That's so funny. That is
Yeah.
so anyways, two weeks ago, I'm like, "Hey, I see that you know this guy Waylon from Elephant Journal." He's like, "Yeah, of course I know him." How is he? He's marrying my best friend. Like, how is he a good guy?
And Clay must have been psyched.
He was like, "What? Waylon is getting married? That's amazing!" And I actually saw him today, right after the proposal. I had to give him something. He's like, "How did it go? Did she say yes?" But it's just this full circle. It was her who dragged me to the band, and somehow it's like, all connected. So beautiful.
Aw.
I'm so happy
Look
for
at
you
Michelle.
guys. There's this. It was so good to meet you, Waylon, and it was so good to
Irene.
see this. Just how did you put all of this together? It just
Oh my God.
warmed
I
our
was trying to
hearts.
say to Michelle, I only had like 30 seconds because I had to bike back. And it didn't really make sense, I realized, because I didn't explain it. But the Zoom call was so much more work than the entire event today, because after Kelly suggested it, I had to create this Facebook group, which we'll use for years now for our wedding and for everything. It's called Michelle. Waylon Loves Michelle, I think. And invite all these people, including people like you, Irene, and I wasn't connected.
Yeah,
And so I had to
but-
text and friend request, and I don't know, it was so much more work. And then putting all the updates in there, and you'll enjoy it, Michelle, when you get to scroll backward.
But
when
that
you're in
was
the
a,
group.
and I think that made such a huge difference in everybody being able to make it on time, like make it work. That was amazing. I think just congratulations. Go if you need to go for dinner.
Yeah, thank you.
Belleza. Thank you.
I love you.
Gracias por estar aquí. You know, like, it's yeah. Irene, yeah. You know I love you. And you know that there's so much in there, and I can't really express it right now through a call, but
Say it in
thank you.
Spanish. Say it in Spanish, it'll be private and we'll get to hear you.
No.
Yeah.
I know that you enjoy doing that. I'm
It's so
not gonna
beautiful.
force
I
it.
love it.
No, pero
Okay.
I love you for
Well,
being
thank you, everyone. And Yeshe, thank you for being here. I love that you brought
Absolutely.
your 20s and Boston time to life. And I love you. And we grew up together, and hopefully we'll get old together, and I'll be in better touch. And Sean, it means so much that you actually came and stayed. I think that means even more to me than cameoing, which I don't mind that people do that. People have a lot going on, but I think you're officially got to be a preceptor if you're willing. That you
Holy
stayed,
crap, Sean, thank you so much. Exactly.
that you
I've been
stayed the
here
whole
for
call.
the entire thing.
Well,
Yeah.
Like I said, this really warmed my heart in a really big way. And I'm just excited for all that you two are going to experience and all the decisions that you'll make together. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I thank you for including me and for just bringing me into your circle of friends and family. And like I said, Michelle, I can't wait to meet you and get to know you. And I just know you and Waylon are going to be a magnificent and loving force that's going to do good for each other and for this world. And you both come to the table, it seems, with a lot. And when you join those forces, it's mighty. So thank you for letting me participate and be here. It truly was a joy to see your whole family. And I think I'm in love with your auntie, with Aunt Liz. I kind of think I want her to be my Aunt Liz too, if that's weird.
She's unbelievable. She's such an art appreciator and a fierce activist, and just so much attitude and humor and love, and she's wonderful.
Yeah, I was feeling that. I was like, I need an Aunt Liz in my life. So
Well, if you're ever near Richmond, Virginia, and it's not a pandemic time,
yeah,
she knows the museums and the art. And we're not talking old art necessarily. Old art we love, but like modern, like street art, amazing stuff. She knows all of it in the community.
I will find Auntie Liz. If I'm in Richmond, I will find her. Sure. All
It would make her life. She would
Well,
love it.
be well. Mazel tov. Congratulations.
All right.
And until
Thank you, Sean, so much. Thank you, Yeshi.
I can't
Thank
wait.
you, everyone. Renee, thank you.
Bye,
Michelle, it's such a pleasure to meet you.
Very soon. Meet you very, very soon.
Yeah, Michelle, it's really a pleasure to meet you. And I have to say, I feel like just the little glimpse I have of how fiercely your friends love you and want to protect you tells me a lot about you. And I really look forward to having a chance to meet you in person one day.
Thank you so much. Me too. Where are you? You're in Boston. Yeah. Okay. I got
Baltimore.
it. I'm like slowly trying to put people, funny enough, in boxes in a way, like, or folders in my brain or whatever that is. But
Exactly.
it's so hard through screen. Like, you can't imagine like today. And I was just like, that's why I was so confused. Like, just looking at people, like, even in person, like this is so weird. Like, this virtual reality is kind of scary in some ways, because people that I know were actually standing there, and I was just like having such a hard time realizing who was who. Obviously, again, we're wearing winter gear and masks and sunglasses, like it wasn't really easy. But I mean, you know, like when you know someone, it's kind of easy to recognize, like, regardless of what you're wearing, so it was such an interesting experience, and like my brain was just like on fire. So
that's great.
Thank you for joining this special time that I'm happy that Waylon and Kelly actually decided to do this. I am just flowing.
To be clear,
the river.
Kelly had the idea for this, but I had to do.
But not the execution.
I had to do 100% of it. It was the second she said it, I knew, because we were inviting so many people in person, that it was the right thing to do, to include our friends and loved ones all over, and family, but and my mom, and yeah, it was yeah.
Baby, you did an amazing job today. My hat goes off to you.
It was so fun. It was so fun. Right down to writing a blog last night with the wrong, like I was saying, I'm going to propose in the next few weeks, maybe up in the mountains. Like, people are like, why are you writing that publicly? And I'm like, because Kelly, her best friend, was like, or one of her best friends was like, I think she's onto you. I think she's figured it out. So I had to like throw all kinds of different things into the mix to try to just, but you didn't know.
This is so funny. Like, no, and that's the thing. Like, Kelly was actually writing me going like, oh my God, why is he saying this publicly? Like, why? why is he sharing it with the world?
That's so good because she knew it was not true. So she did
I
such
know,
a good job.
but I mean, that's why. And I'm just like, he asked me to not read some of his articles, so I'm just not reading all of them and blah blah blah.
That was my question
So
to
I
you.
didn't even read that one.
What's that, Irene?
How did you manage to make sure that she, besides the initial article where you're saying, okay, this is happening, how did you manage to make sure that she didn't read that? I was every time I saw the first part of that article, I was like, how, like I don't know how this works.
Well, the article had a nonsense title that I didn't think she would ever open up because one of the running jokes in our relationship is she never reads anything I write. She doesn't read Elephant, and she doesn't read Elephant. But then I wrote something about, the rings, and her family was all messaging. I mean, we were talking about engagement and marriage and children. It's good to talk about it before you get into it and see if you're on the same page and have the same values and desires and all that. But I felt like she was reading more lately. So I did feel, so the first line of that blog, if you remember, says, if this is Michelle, stop reading, go away, like close this. And then the group
And he
on
did send
Facebook
me a text message specifically saying, like, I don't want you to be reading, like, if you see specifically whatever article, I don't know. He said like some really weird name. So for me, like, I didn't understand anything, right? Like, okay, like, whatever it is that you said, I guess, like, I won't read anything lately. So that, yeah, like, I trusted his process because he was also very very confident and very, like, empowered about doing his thing and doing it the way that he wanted to do it. And I was totally up for that. So I just kind of went along with it. That was basically it.
It was so fun. And it was so, like your mom helped look at rings, and James helped connect me with probably Irene and others. And, Ryan bikes with me like twice to like 10 different places. Cause I was thinking about initially, Michelle, doing it right downtown on Pearl Street because it's closed, but because it's closed and you could never do a proposal in the middle of downtown street ever again. But during the pandemic, you can. And I thought, the Trident and all these memory, like I created my entire life there. And then you have the mountains and right in the middle of the street, you could never do that again. So we went to like 10 different locations, mostly up at Chautauqua, and very quickly it became clear that we basically didn't want people around because so many people were walking around without masks, and I was going to get uptight about that. And even though, I didn't mind, how like flash mobs, like flash dance kind of thing, I didn't really mind. I thought it would be fun if downtown people could see a public moment of joy and in this, gray year. And, but it didn't feel right. There was all these plastic tents and heaters, and it just seemed weird. So it took us like 3 seconds downtown to be like, nah, it's a cool idea, but no. And then we went to Chautauqua. We were mainly right on the field of Chautauqua, the beautiful field where the mountains are like, but there's so many tourists, and the tourists don't wear masks. And we would also be in their way, even if there's a little amphitheater area where I was almost going to do it. And I said, no, that's why we chose the lower lawn in the bottom corner, because the view was so epic. There was that rock right there to put you on. And
no, and I love how the snow, it was just covered with snow. It looked so pretty. Oh my God, it was so magnificent. And funny enough, like when I drove into Boulder today, I usually go via University. So I take a right and start going through University. But today I chose to go up through whatever that street is and go all the way up to Chautauqua. And I was able to gaze to the Flatirons before I took 9th down to your house. So it was, I don't know, like it is a very special place for sure.
And from a feng shui point of view, it's the Flatirons, or the dragon. It's like the center of all the energy, and it flows directly down at a diagonal, directly into like where we were. And you know, it's a powerful
Oh,
sacred
there was
spot.
a lot of energy. Even the dogs were having a lot of fun.
Oh my God, we had like
Dogs,
6
everybody
dogs
was
playing.
just, like toasting, and like it was just so funny, like bringing people from so many paths of life together. And I mean, and that's the thing. And virtually, I hope that Yeshi, like you were not here with us today, but I mean, I hope that energy still flowed, even though we're here virtually.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I really feel like I've been part of this event now, and I feel honored to have been a part of this incredible moment in your life together.
And we'll have a video too, so that'll be fun eventually.
Great. And my kids were excited about it too.
Oh, that was so sweet. I know kids are they're so game for like love and events.
They really are. And my daughter kept saying, you know, she saw who you were late, Waylon, and then you came on, and then she's saying, well, who's he marrying? And then Michelle was even later. Finally, she came on, and she's like, which one is she? Which one is she? And then I showed her, and she goes, oh, she's beautiful. Her little fairy tale story too.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Well, I've been wondering the same thing my whole life. Who is she? Who is she going to be? And yeah, I forgot what I was going to say about the video or photos or something. But anyway.
Yeah.
Jolly good show.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, I'm going to say goodnight.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye. Can't wait to come you over and
Yes.
see you and like spend time together.
Please. And we'll all reunite at the wedding.
Yes. Bye. Enjoy dinner.